Good day, ladies and gentlemen. We are from Group 2, and for our topic today, we are going to talk about the process of standardization of the English language. Before that, however, I will introduce you all to my group members. My name is Rudy Santoso H, student number 100, and I, with my friend Arsyllahi, student number 105, will talk about dialects and emerging standards. Aulia Ifanova, student number 098, will discuss Caxton and the impact of the printing press. Both Yusriya Salsabila W, student number 097, and Aulia Anissa R, student number 106, will present about dictionaries and grammars. Finally, Natsha Talitha and India, with student number 102, will close our presentation by talking about the boundaries of early modern English. Very well then, I will start by talking about dialects and emerging standards. Present-day English, or PDE, mainly derives from East Mainland's dialect that become the closest to the standardized version of English in the Middle English period due to the center of the political power moving to London, superseding West Saxons that was in the position in the Old English period. So, in the Old English period, West Saxon dialect became the dialect that can be said as the closest form of standardized English. However, in the Middle English period, the political power moved to London, making the East Mainland's dialect the standardized version of English, standardized in quotations. So yes, that is why the present-day English mainly derives from East Mainland's dialect. However, despite all that, there really wasn't only one type of standardized English. There were, in fact, 4 before they were subsumed by the Chancery English. So the first type of the standardized English is the Central Midlands dialect. It was used from 1430 to the end of the 15th century. It is the dialect which the Bible Wycliffe translated into. And then the second one is the early London English. It has East Anglian dialect characteristics and was used up until the late 1300s. The next 2 are going to be explained by my friend Arsyllahi. Please, Erika.
The third one is London English. It was in use from around 1380 to around 1425 and includes elements of Central Midlands dialects. The Chancery Standard was the fourth one. It was in use in government documents from around 1430. It was used by the Chancery Royal Court, therefore gaining its name Chancery Standard. It includes characteristic of Midlands and Northern dialects, suggesting that it was not solely a regional dialect from the London area. These are examples of the London English and Chancery Standard spelling. As you can see, the Chancery Standard spellings are much closer to present-day English spellings. It is sometimes claimed that it happened because Chancery Standard was cultivated by the Chancery Royal Court, being used by the governmental bodies, which might support its characters to exist even today. But it is recently found that Chancery Standard was not the sole form of government English in use. Chancery Standard is also not as fixed as linguists have sometimes claimed it to be, because it was also affected by writers from other areas that bring their own dialects into the Chancery Standard. Further research is still needed to determine the exact reason why the Chancery Standard spelling is closer to present-day English. So the next material will be presented by my friend Aulia Ifanova.
Thank you so much, Erika, for the opportunity. And now I'm going to talk about Caxton and the impact of the printing press. So an important event in the development of English happened in 1476, and it becomes the key date in the development of standard form of English because it is when William Caxton set up a printing press at Westminster. The thing that makes his work significant is that because he published or he produced books in English, which established the legitimacy of English as a language of learning and contributed to the development of a standard form. At that time, there were many varieties of English, but since Caxton's printing press located at Westminster, he unsurprisingly veered towards London English as the variety language choice, especially Chancery English. So, how exactly the printing press impact on English? Well, with book production, text was produced rather quickly and for the less cost than ever before. So ideas spread rapidly. The success of printing press also affected certain variety of English, since the produced books or pamphlets were using certain variety of English. That exact English would automatically become spread and well known along with the pamphlets and the books. And that's all from me. The next material would be presented by my friend Yusriya Salsabila.
I will explain the dictionaries and grammars. So in 1712, Jonathan Swift, the author of satirical works, A Modest Proposal and Gulliver's Travels, proposed that it would be valuable to fix English. To fix the English language in the sense of regularizing it and standardizing it. The fixing of the language did at least reflect a growing need for some kind of description and explanation. And then English had not always enjoyed the same level of prestige as French or Latin, also that because it had been primarily a spoken language during the Old and Middle English periods, when there are no needs of grammars, books, or usages. Since the Reformations, education was no longer controlled solely by the church, and English also had begun to be used in academic circles. Before it was used, previously Latin has been the primary spoken language of education. The next material would be explained by my friend Aulia Anissa.
The first dictionaries were bilingual dictionaries into English of Latin and French. Caxton produced an English-French dictionary in 1480. The first monolingual dictionary was a table alphabetical by Richard Cowdery in 1604. It contains around 2,500 words. This dictionary focused on words that Cowdery considered as hard words, especially the words that had been borrowed from other languages, for example, Greek, Latin, and French. In 1699, Stephen Skinner produced a new English dictionary, including common words with their etymologies, such as the history of the words. The main problem of early dictionary writers is that they are extremely subjective to the lexicon. That being said, we must still appreciate their hard work despite the lack of resources in past era, such as computer technology that we have now. The most impressive dictionary in the early modern period was published by Samuel Johnson in 1755. The dictionary contains definitions of almost 43,000 words and was compiled over a period of 9 years. As well as dictionaries, the early modern period also saw the production of grammar books. It explains its syntax, the rules that govern the formation of meaningful sentences in that language. Thank you. The next section will be explained by my friend Natsha Talitha in India.
Okay, so I'm going to explain about the boundaries of early modern English. So the boundaries of early modern English isn't really that easy to see, and it's kind of difficult to identify where the boundaries are because it is the most similar to present-day English from the way it is pronounced and the speakers of said English. And there is more information about the period than other linguistic periods. So it is established that the change in the English language is affected by many events, and it's not just because of one occurrence. So for example, it is affected by the vowel shift, it is also affected by the printing press and also the development of dictionaries and grammars, and it further solidifies the fact that yes, it is affected by a combination of events instead of just one major occurrence. And most historians suggest that the boundaries of early modern English is from the 1500s when the printing press was first produced, which then triggered the vowel shift, and then it stopped in the 1800s, which is when Johnson's dictionary was first published. Although these boundaries don't reflect the development of the regional dialects. So, that's all from our presentation. We apologize if we made any mistakes. So if you have any comments, critiques, or questions, you can leave it in the forum in the e-learning website. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day.